now in the year 1945. World War II is almost over, and Japan is the country that suffered the most. 2 nuclear bombs were dropped on it, completely destroying the country and its infrastructure at that time. The last place you would ever think of starting a business was Japan. But at the same time, inside a small, half-destroyed house, 2 young engineers, still at the very beginning of their lives, decided to start their dream company. And from there, the idea of Sony was born. As you can see today, Sony is almost everywhere, from electronics to music to gaming and even movies. And not only that, they've also expanded into completely new fields like artificial intelligence and robotics. But when a company like Sony operates in so many industries, its problems are definitely bigger than most other companies. And if you think their success was simple or easy, let me tell you this. Sony went through multiple crises and came close to bankruptcy more than once. But every time, through bold and risky decisions, they managed to survive and keep going. Today, we're going to tell the story of Sony's rise and how 2 young men in a country where starting a business seemed impossible at that time managed to build one of the biggest companies in the world. So get yourself ready, grab your favorite drink, and let's begin. Akio Morita was born in Japan in 1921. From a very young age, his family was preparing him to take over the family business, one that had been passed down for 14 generations. His family worked in traditional beverage production, and the business always moved from grandfather to father to son. When Akio was only 10 years old, his father insisted that he attend board meetings. His father was obsessed with making sure Akio understood every single detail of the company. But Akio had a completely different direction in mind. He didn't like his father's business at all. Instead, he spent his time playing with radios and experimenting with camera equipment. In short, he was obsessed with anything electronic. Day after day, he kept pressuring his father to let him study engineering and physics instead of economics, which his father wanted him to study. And here came the surprise. His father agreed. Yes, and that single decision ended up completely saving Akio's life. At that time, World War II was at its peak. The Japanese government was drafting all young men of eligible age. But because Akio was studying physics, instead of being sent to the battlefield, he was assigned to designing weapons for the military. And in 1940, he got a job as an engineer in the Navy. That's where he met his future partner, Masaru Ibuka. Akio and Masaru quickly became close friends because they shared the same passion, technology. But at the same time, they both hated the idea of using technology for war. Their real dream was to develop technology that could make people's lives better and easier. But my dear viewer, this was war, and it wasn't waiting for anyone. Japan was decades behind the United States technologically, and indeed, in August 1945, the United States dropped nuclear bombs on Japan. After all that destruction, Japan was forced to surrender completely. Akio and Masaru's work in the Navy ended overnight. Each of them went in a completely different direction. Akio returned to university and then decided to start a small company. But let me tell you something. Japan at that time was the worst place on earth to start a business.